Same intro. What's up, comic book fans? Pete here from Comic Books Transformed, where me and my good friend Brian over there discuss comics that have been adapted into streaming shows and movies. We are at the end of our marathon today, but we have to talk about 4 episodes of Daredevil Born Again. Now, when we finish our recording of The Boys, which you guys should go check out too, our Boys Season 5, Episodes 1 and 2 review, now on the channel, me and Brian joked, let's do 5 minutes for each episode of Daredevil, the first 4 episodes. Brian, I could do this whole fucking review in 5 minutes if you wanted to.
Okay, let's go with it. So this is the points I want to hit. 1.
Whoa, bro! I didn't get to make my joke.
Oh, damn it!
But you can say your point.
Jokes are important.
No, look. I'm gonna just make my fucking point right here. I love this show, and I hate this show. It's both. Every time I'm like, I fucking hate this show, they have a scene where it's like, no, I fucking love this show. So you go ahead and just get your money shot now. Go ahead, make your points.
Okay. So I feel the same way about this show. I love this show. I love Daredevil. I also hate the show sometimes.
Thank you.
I feel like a lot of things that they kind of set up in the last season are kind of like just forgotten about in a way. Not forgotten about, but just not present. Like, didn't Jessica Jones show up at the end of the last season?
She did not. No. At the end of the last season, they go to the bar at the end of the last season, and I was expecting a defender there, or all the defenders. They're not there. She's not there.
Why did I think she was there?
Because they've been pushing her for this season, and maybe like retroactively made it seem like she was there. But no, there was no like exciting thing. Right. It was just all these human supporting characters. You're like, okay, I guess that's exciting, like whatever.
Yeah, okay. I for some reason I had that. What's that effect? That
Mandela
effect. Yeah, I got Mandela affected there. Okay. Okay. So the overall thing here is that Daredevil and Karen Page are on the run, and Kingpin's got Red Hook open, and blah blah blah. Cool things. First time we have the DD on the suit. I think that's really awesome. The black suit also looks really cool. I'm glad they finally put the actual letters on there. That is a huge deal to me for whatever reason, but I thought that was really cool. Fight scenes are always great, especially with the Billy Club. Everything's fantastic. What else happens in these episodes here? So they're on the run.
Okay, fine.
Cherry is in the hospital. Does he die?
He does not die. He doesn't die.
They save him? They get him away? Okay.
He has a heart attack.
And then we see there's Bullseye and the lawyer lady and who else? Swordsman, stuff like that. What do you got?
Why? I feel like what you just did was like when someone's rushing to get out the door and they just fill their arms with stuff. And they're like, they just drop everything. Look, I should not even fucking talk. You make much more concise points than I do. I just kind of ramble. But look, here's the key thing. This is when the show's good. When Bullseye's on the show, it's good.
Yes.
When there's fighting. Yeah. When there's fighting, the show's fucking amazing. Unfortunately, 70% of the show is people talking about ethics, but it feels like a fucking high school play where the students put on the play and they're like, we're going to tell this gritty story about a corrupt mayor. And it's like you're in high school, But we can say fuck, and
yeah, there's like a lot more curses in this season, is there not?
Yes. Yeah. They say fuck quite a bit. Yes. For a Disney Plus show. But that's the thing is that it's just trappings. It's just things to put on and be like, oh, we're edgy, but it's not edgy. And then also it's filled with the way that The Boys is commentary on the right being in charge right now and how Homelander is essentially Donald Trump and he's unstable. Fisk is Donald Trump. And it's like it just feels so fake and so forced.
Yeah, you know what though? But to counter that, the comparison with the anti-vigilante task force to ICE right now is kind of like insane and on point. I can't believe that things have gotten that much worse. That seems like what's actually happening.
Right.
Even more so, them just rounding people up. Even more so that how they did it in The Boys, where that anyone that was like a fan of Starlight that made a post against Homelander, that almost seemed comical in a way. But this year, it feels real. It feels like what's really happening and is really fucking scary.
Right. I agree that like same subject but different approaches. And The Boys, it's like comical yet disturbing. In this, it's more like realistic. I agree. Like them hurting civilians is probably the most realistic thing about all of this. But like, Brian, whenever they cut to the fucking girl wearing the Kingpin mask making the videos, I'm like, I don't need this. Like, I don't even care. Just end the scene so we can move on. It does nothing for me whatsoever.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that. The thing I actually don't like, and I don't think it's necessarily the performance, but the Michael Gandolfini, his character is such an idiot. Like he's a literal moron.
And he's from Staten Island.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I mean, I guess it has to be intentional because I don't mind BB's videos on Kingpin. I do like the kind of guerrilla propaganda sort of aspect of it. But I can see why you think it's a little, I guess, comical in a way and a little out of place. But that's, I like the connection that's Ben Urich's niece or whatever it is. And she's trying to do her part in place of Ben because Ben Urich shouldn't have been killed, basically,
1,000% agree with you on that one.
And
yes.
This is the place sort of Ben Urich. And I think the actress is doing a great job there. It's just, for some reason, they write Michael Gandolfini's character, whose name I don't remember, like a moron. Like he is the stupidest person in the entire show by far.
Yep. I mean, The Sopranos is like my second favorite show of all time. Sometimes it feels like it's the first. And he like looks like James Gandolfini like so much, and he does facial expressions like James Gandolfini, but he gets on my nerves so fucking much. I'm like, I don't care. Move on. Just fucking have Bullseye kill somebody with something. Just do that.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine he's going to get killed at some point. I think Kingpin's going to do it because he's an idiot. He's
probably going to get killed saving Kingpin from getting killed.
No, I think he's because the reason he's an idiot is because he doesn't realize that BB is the one stealing the information from him and all that, and he still is just like so like head over heels for her that he completely doesn't realize that. I feel like Kingpin's gonna figure it out first, and then he's gonna have to pay the price for that.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I mean, I guess it's 50-50 shot. We'll see by the end of the season. But let's talk about what I actually like about the show, and I know you like about it too. Like the fights in this are some of the best fights in the MCU. Now, I hate to talk about it's a comic book thing and the fights are really good. Like that seems so like base and stupid. But there's like a true excitement. Like he feels like fucking Daredevil when he's fighting. Like that feels like Daredevil.
Yep. That's and I hate to say that that's the thing that like is like the best part of the show but it is, it's like they go so above and beyond with these fights here and the way that that's how I feel Daredevil would fight. Like it really feels right. And I love that, he takes plenty of hits too, which is very, very accurate for Daredevil.
Yes.
And then he still pushes through whatever. It's all spot on. It really is.
Yes, and then to have him fight Bullseye, it's just like this is perfect. This is the way this should be. The two of them just fighting, Bullseye with his style, Daredevil with his style. It's like, yes, give me that. That's what I want.
Perfection. Just give me more. Yes.
Right. Like when Bullseye's like he comes into his apartment and Daredevil's there, and then Bullseye like throws a CD and it like bounces around and then hits him. I was like, Jesus Christ. I had to change my fucking pants,
Yeah. Everything. I mean, we didn't even mention the diner scene yet. And that didn't even have Daredevil. But Jesus Christ, man.
Yes. Okay, all right. So good. I'm really glad that you brought that up because that's the perfect example of what I keep talking about. Like they play, I'm in a New York state of mind, which I'm like, come on, it's too fucking on the nose, and it's too like corny and like, you know.
No, I disagree. I disagree with you here only because of the character they used it for. They used it for a completely unstable, off-kilter person who clearly has mental issues. And New York State of Mind playing with that works. If they did that with anybody else, I would agree with you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I mean, fine. I'll give that. Like, it's just once the violence happens, it kind of just turns it. I'm okay. I'm like, all right, fine. And the fact that like he fucking squirts the ketchup on the door and he makes a bullseye sign too. I'm like, all right. He fucking like, what is he? He like shoots a toothpick through a straw to kill a cop for the first time.
He shoots a toothpick through a straw into a task force guy eye.
Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. Well, all right.
Forks and whatever. It's amazing.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Have you ever read a comic where Karen Page was alive?
Yeah. I she's alive in the Born Again comic, isn't she?
So you read that?
Yeah, I read Born Again, yeah.
Okay. I haven't read the original comic. I like my Daredevil run, which I've read every Daredevil thing since then, but my Daredevil run begins with Bendis, which is like early 2000s, and I've read every Daredevil since then. But I haven't read like the fucking Frank Miller stuff, which is like the iconic Daredevil stuff.
I will say that Karen Page has a real rough time. She's not as well put together as she is in this show.
Right. So what I know of Karen Page, I'm pretty sure that I did read one comic with Karen Page in it in my life, and it was like when it was almost like you know how like with Superman and Batman. Like they did like a Superman for all seasons, and they did like
Yellow.
Yeah, that had Karen Page in it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that was like a retelling, a reimagining of some early years of Daredevil and Karen Page in that relationship. Yes.
Yeah. So like that's the only thing. But from what I've heard of her and stuff like that, I just don't feel like she's this sort of like fighting resistance, pulling up and like shooting at cops and stuff kind of character.
No, she's 100%. She's 100% not. But also, by now, she'd be dead.
Right.
So, that's a whole thing. They need to find something for the character to do. And I honestly, I'm happier having her be a respectable character than what. I mean, she's basically like a drug addict. She's a prostitute for parts of her life in the comics. She does not have a good time in the comic books.
Yeah. That's what I've heard about her. You know, but like. I like what's her name's Rebecca Ann Wall or
Deborah Ann Wall.
Deborah Ann Wall. Yeah. I just like her in general, so I guess I'm okay with that. But you know, there's scenes where her and Matt are talking, and I'm like, I don't care, just keep going. I liked when they freed the people from the camps and like Swordsman was able to fight, and then I really liked that the White Tiger girl was able to help out, even though she didn't like use White Tiger powers.
Yeah, she was running around fast in the background with the necklace on, I think.
Okay. So I mean, I like that because it sort of alludes to, you know, maybe like a Young Justice or not Young Justice DC, Young Avengers kind of thing, which I think we're never gonna fucking get. But like, okay, you know, we can kind of wrap it up, even though we're kind of there's so much to fucking cover. We got to talk about fucking Fisk though.
Yes, we have not mentioned him at all. Yeah, he's just as crazy as ever and violent. I don't understand what the whole boxing thing was about. I know he was training for it beforehand, but like, why were they doing that? Just so you could beat somebody up?
I think so.
Fundraiser? Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. But this was the scene when I came to the realization that the boxing match scene, when I came to the realization that Michael Gandolfini's character is just an idiot. Because the way he's like talking outside about it, and then he's got the hat and all the souvenirs. I'm like, you fucking moron. And again, not Michael Gandolfini's fault. Whoever's writing Michael Gandolfini is writing him like a moron.
Right. It's that one part where he's got all this Mayor Fisk merchandise, and they're like, "Did you get the discount?" And he's like, "There's a discount." Like that's where it seems really fucking stupid. But that scene,
accent, by the way.
Oh, thank you. He even sounds like his dad too. But like, that sequence is great at the end because then Bullseye shows up to start slaughtering cops, and then Kingpin is about to fucking kill him. Daredevil swoops in. I'm assuming that you knew that when Kingpin broke that statue, I was like, oh, a piece of it's gonna kill his fucking wife.
Well,
right?
I knew the second she walked in, something bad was gonna happen because I knew that was a trap laid for Bullseye. I 100% thought that. I didn't particularly think it was gonna be that weird little glass statue, but yeah, no, I like that part. I suppose it was a nice slow motion scene with the smashing it with the belt, and then the aftermath afterwards. I thought that was pretty good. But again, I don't know why that boxing match happened.
Yeah. I mean, story-wise, it happened to have that moment.
Yes. Yeah.
And I guess to also show Kingpin's physical prowess, because they say his weight at one point, and like when he's punching, it's almost like that sort of like that machine-like sound, that crazy sound when he's punching that they do with some of these characters, where it's like he's just so imposing. But what I was going to say is,
did you think of Daredevil from Punch Out?
Oh yeah, I didn't think that. Yeah.
When they go up to touch the gloves, and like he literally goes like this, like that's a King Kippo move.
Right. No, poor Vincent D'Onofrio. Yeah, he kind of did look like that. No, what I was gonna say was Avengers Tower on that sculpture that got shattered?
Oh, I didn't notice. No, I didn't notice that.
I mean, it might have been. Who knows? But I think that would have been so ironic and funny if that was the piece that got stuck in Vanessa's head when she died.
Oh my God, that would be crazy. What else are we talking about here?
No, I mean, honestly, like I kind of said what I wanted to say about this show, because I every time I've watched the show, I'm like, oh, there's not going to be much to talk about because I just don't really like it. But then I really love Charlie Cox. I really love Vincent D'Onofrio. I love Daredevil and Bullseye fighting, but that's kind of it.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to ask about, do you have any idea at all who the fuck Matthew Lillard is?
Oh, okay. That's a good question. I have seen them compare him to some comic book character, but then once again, it's like one of those like giant leaps where they're like, oh, it's actually Robert Downey Jr. from Doomsday or something, Like why? Who do you think he is?
I have no idea. I mean, it seems. I think he mentioned he works for Valentina. I think. But then again, I also thought I saw Jessica Jones in the end of the last season. So.
Right. No, my joke was kind of corny about Robert Downey Jr. The stretch was that they were implying that he was Gyrich from the X-Men.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. I just feel like that's a stretch. I feel like they're really stretching to get mutants in the MCU right now, and I don't think that that's the case.
Yeah, that would be interesting, I guess.
He's too like wily and funny to be Gyrich. Gyrich has to be more serious.
Too serious. Yeah, I agree. All those mutant haters can have a sense of humor.
Right. Exactly. No, I totally even forgot fucking Matthew Lillard was on the show. And then there's all this shit with like this fucking boat in the water, and it's like such a big deal, and it's just like I don't give a shit about this fucking boat. Kept talking about this boat.
Yeah. It's a boat that exploded. They got a port. I don't know.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. It's fun. I mean, if they bring in more defenders and there's more action, I'm sure that I will like enjoy the show. But I mean, Daredevil is one of my favorite Marvel characters. Like, he's like top 5 for me. So, it's gonna be tough to capture that.
Yeah. So just give us some more Daredevil Bullseye fights in general, and we'll be happy.
Just do that for 4 fucking more episodes. I'm good, man.
Yep.
Nice. Okay, and then I'm assuming the Punisher is coming back, right or no?
My understanding is the Punisher is not going to be in the season, and he has his little standalone show sometime in May.
Okay.
Like a special presentation thing.
Okay. Well, we'll watch that. That's cool. So, do you have anything else to say, my man?
Probably. I don't remember it, but we're at 20 minutes here, so we got to keep to our word.
Nice. All right. Well, that was fun. And so, guys, if you liked this very brief review of 4 episodes of Daredevil Born Again, come back next week. We're just going to cover 1 episode with more, detail. But we're very grateful for you guys. You can check out our Invincible review, our Boys review as well. Make sure that you like and subscribe. And me and Brian will definitely take out our Billy.